CNN senior digital correspondent Chris Moody with us. Chris, we have now moved into some alternative universe where you've got David Vitter, you've got Ted Cruz, and you've got Elizabeth Warren against this bill for different reasons. Help us understand what's happening here.
This is the Congress that just will not go away. Last night, Harry Reid, who's the leader of the Senate, wanted to hold a procedural vote to fund the government and then go home for Christmas, which they could have done by early next week. But some Republicans balked and said, well, fine, if you want to vote on that, we want to vote an up-down vote on President Obama's executive order on immigration. Harry Reid said no, so here we are on Saturday, set up for a slate of votes at noon here. Harry Reid's going to put together votes on nominations that the president wants to see filled, and the reason they're doing that right now is because come January, Republicans are going to take control of the chamber, and it's going to be a lot harder to get those things done. But it has set up a fight that's going to take us through the weekend and into next week. Look, C-SPAN junkies are not going to have to watch reruns this weekend, but everybody else is left scratching their heads saying, what is going on in Washington?
So last night, one of the floor speeches that got a lot of attention was from Senator Warren, in which she railed against the influence of the big banks on government. Let's listen to a bit and then we'll talk about it.
Washington already works really well for the billionaires and the big corporations and the lawyers and the lobbyists. But what about the families who lost their homes or their jobs or their retirement savings the last time Citi bet big on derivatives and lost? What about the families who are living paycheck to paycheck and saw their tax dollars go to bail out Citi just 6 years ago? We were sent here to fight for those families, and it is time, it is past time for Washington to start working for them.
Impassioned plea from Senator Warren there, and really speaking to her new role as the liaison for progressives. But this is a question of when this will pass, not if. Is that right, Chris?
Absolutely. There's going to be a lot of drama involved, but they're going to pass this measure to fund the government into next year. Look, liberals are fuming because in the aftermath of the financial crisis, regulations were set on Wall Street, and now we're seeing those chipped away. Now, this happens. Sometimes laws are reformed, and there's a lot of debate about that, but what people are really angry about is that it's being put into a spending bill that's a must-pass bill with a pretty hard deadline. So it really gives a lot of people no choice. And what does that mean necessarily for regular people? Well, liberals would say that it means that Main Street could possibly have to once again bail out Wall Street. And that's really where the frustration comes in, is chipping away at those reforms.
And we'll talk more about that. Chris, we want you to stay with us for the next hour. Good to have you with us this morning. Help us understand all of this.